And the reason that both Beijing and Washington are fixated on AI as critical to the future is not primarily about ChatGPT. It's not about who will create the next trillion-dollar tech company. It's not about whether AI will transform the way we write emails or post on social media. It's because they're both betting that AI will be critical to some of the core elements of national power. And indeed, in the Indo-Pacific region, both governments perceive an arms race underway, an arms race that will be measured in some of the traditional metrics of military power, like the number of ships that are built, or the number of missiles that are deployed, but also an arms race that will be shaped by artificial intelligence. And this isn't a projection about the future. This is a statement of reality. It's already the case that next-generation military systems that are being fielded right now are built on the assumption that AI and autonomous action will be at the center of how militaries fight and how spy agencies operate. We see it, for example, in the Russia-Ukraine war, where both the Russians and the Ukrainians have poured resources into building out their drone programs, drones which in some cases are quite simple, but in other cases are increasingly autonomous in their action. And nearly every military that's looked at the Russia-Ukraine war has concluded that future conflicts involving more technologically advanced countries will rely even more heavily on autonomous systems. Well, an autonomous system is an AI-enabled system. And just like if you want your car to drive autonomously, you need a whole lot of computing power. So too, if you want your drone to fly autonomously, it requires the exact same computational inputs. In other words, computing and drones are two sides of the same coin. And it's not just drones. The same is true for intelligence. It's now been nearly a decade, at least we know from public sources, that the US military has been using AI to make sense of all the intelligence that its spy satellites gather and its intelligence agencies pick up. There's too much data being collected by satellites right now for humans to sift through. So you need computer vision algorithms, for example, to identify what's a truck and what's a tank. Everyone is doing it. And as the cost of launching satellites decline and the amount of data that's being collected increases, it's not only the world's biggest militaries that will rely on AI, it's already the case that medium-sized ones are too.